Hey guys, Liquid Fire here. Thanks for joining me again tonight. So, we're actually stepping away from the hunting games for a little bit, just because there's really nothing new going on, and I just recently got Railway Empire 2. I didn't know that it came out when it did, and I've been playing it. So that's why there's not been a lot of content coming out for Way of the Hunter or Bold or any of that. There's nothing really new going on in the landscape right now. No updates or anything. If something comes out, I'm going to jump to that and do the update, of course. But in terms of playing, I've just been playing Railway Empire 2. So I don't think this is something that I want to pick up and start doing a lot of videos on. I'm not great at the game. I'm okay. I know what's going on. I was definitely better at the first one. I played it a lot longer. So this is very similar to the first one, but I thought I would kind of go through one of these and kind of show y'all what it is and where my time's been going. So we've got this mission that I've been working. Well, I finished already, but I didn't do very well. So now that I kind of know what the overall goal is for it, we're going to run it again and see if we can't do better. In the end, our goal is to own a total of 20 industries. That's not a big deal. Buying stuff, easy enough to accomplish, especially late game. Connecting 500 citizens, that's not that big of a deal. You kind of have to do that to hit the main optional tasks. And to get the maximum score, you need to knock out the optional tasks. These two are a little more difficult. The 6 cities with 90,000 citizens, not too bad. Just have to kind of plan for it. But the 18 different goods available at Dublin at the same time, that's a little more challenging. And as you can tell, that's the one that, as you can tell by looking over here at the dates, that's the one that actually slowed me up on this particular run to finish it up. And we didn't do horribly. We'll go to the rating here. So we scored 664. I mean, yeah, it's chief executive. If we take a look at the overall ranking, I think it was 814. Yeah, so we were at, wow. Sorry, I brought up something on my screen there. Steam overlay. So we finished at 814 out of 7,500 people. I think we can do a lot better than that. I'd like to be in the top 500 or so. So we're going to go back and do this mission again. Well, scenario again. And see if we can't do better. So this is the one we're looking at. It's the Ireland map here. And we're just going to go ahead and continue. I'm going to use the professor. I like the cheap locomotives. I like the auction having the 30% discount. Some people use other ones. It's just who I prefer. Kind of fits my play style. All of this is set the same. And I'll let this kind of go through so you guys who don't play can kind of see full end-to-end what it's like.
They say something's going on in Ireland. You know, it's only been 11 years since the first railroad line was opened here. Since then, this island is getting more and more into the swing of things. It's smart of you to go into business right now. If we want to assert ourselves in this spirit of optimism, we should first take care of our home region.
Okay, so I actually had to stop, so I just stopped everything and went back to where we're at. So what we're going to do is take a look at our map and our initial tasks. So the first thing we need to do is make 6 different goods available at Dublin at the same time. There's 4 available now. Connect 100,000 citizens and produce 9 loads of clothing. The only thing that jumps out here is the date. So January of 1845, we need to make sure we get 6 goods by the end of the year. No reason for that to be a big deal. Again, my focus is not on these little tasks. I just need to make sure I do them. My focus is on the bigger scheme, and that's the 18 different goods available and getting all of my cities to at least 90,000 people. And to do that, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up this entire map. So each of these have different connection bonuses. We want to make sure we get them ASAP. But I also need to think about the overall framework of the map. So I need to open all of these to get to the cities, but when I'm running my tracks, I don't want to just kind of randomly throw stuff wherever just to get it done. I want to think about it, and I want to make sure I'm putting stuff in the right places so that I can actually build from it instead of just having it there. So first off, we're going to go ahead and just buy all these, get it out of the way. So effectively we're starting with 1.5 million. Since I know that I've got to make sure Dublin has a lot of resources in the end, I'm going to put in 2 stations here. So my first station is going to be, well, I'm going to set it back here as far as I can. Just to give me all the room in the world. I'm going to have one station. I'm going to call it passengers, but it's going to be goods and passengers. And then another one over here that's going to be primarily like warehouse, just from all the different industries, all the different farms. So there's going to be 2 main flows going into Dublin. But we're going to start by connecting all these cities. And I need to think about this. I'm going to start this one here. No. I'll start it on. We'll have one going this way, one going this way, one going this way. So we'll start it here. And it's going to cost me a little more to begin with, since I'm starting on the 5th and 6th tracks in, but that's all right. So we need to go this way. We'll fix that in a second. Okay. So that's a lot. That's 500 grand just for that one line. But we got to make sure we get this guy connected. So let's go ahead and throw this in here. Set our direction. And I'm just going to go ahead and set up my route. Oops. Put this in for now. We'll change it. I'm just going to go ahead and set up my route real quick. So again, this is going to be my passenger, effectively my passenger station, but we are going to be carrying all the goods from the cities. So it's going to be only cities coming into here. There will be no small farms or anything going into this. This will just be cities. But we're going to be carrying goods too, so we're not going to do an express or anything like that. This one, since it's just meat, we're just going to use a regular trailer. Alright. So we're going to run a new run from Galway straight into Dublin. Nothing needs to come into the back of this, so we can push it back. I am going to start on... Yeah, I'm going to start on the 4th one here, or 3rd one here. It'll cost a little more. Oh, I need to... Should have started on the other one. We'll fix that. So we've already ate up a ton of our money just building those 2. But these are going to be major thoroughfares that are going to be used for going into both of our stations here in Dublin. So now we need to fix this. You see, I have to keep coming out further. When I have 6, I'll have to come out further. When I have 8, I'll have to come out. It's like 17 miles, I think, for 8. I hope I gave enough room. Well, I guess I should put my gridiron in here. This allows you to change the different tracks. So we're already out of money, but we can take out our first loan, and we'll get another one in a few weeks. All right, so we've still got 342 grand. So I can either set up my wood or my wool here, or I can set up Belfast. I could look at trying to set up Waterford, Slingo, and all that, but for the moment, I'm more interested in getting some stuff moving. So let's go ahead and do these two to get them going. And again, we're going to set this far back and out so that we have plenty of room. And I need to make sure I have room to turn left and right, so we're going to use the third one here. We're just going to come in probably on, is that right? We're going to use the third and fourth, yep. So that'll give me a straight run, but look how much money that's going to use. So what we're going to do is instead let these two trains run in. That'll give us $1 million, or however much. Let's see, 500,000. Yeah, $1 million. We'll go ahead and get going. Again, I could be doing it in a faster way if I wanted to just focus on getting things done quickly, but I want to focus on getting it done in a way that I can continue to use my infrastructure to complete the entire mission. Now, my instinct is to go ahead and jump over here real quickly. But instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at connecting this wood over to Galway at least, so we can get another train going this way. Maybe I'll put in the crossover to get over to Cork. We want to make sure that we're making money. For this, I don't need to worry about coming out because they're not going to be changing. I just need to make sure I can change with these two. I forgot to set the direction. Alright, so I need to build a crossover up in here somewhere because I need to get Cork to Galway and eventually over to Sligo. I need to get Waterford going this way, and I also need to get the wood able to go to Cork. So we need to build a crossover here, and I may have enough money. We'll see. I want to do it a little further back just to keep the cluster down in here a little bit. Yeah, we're not going to have enough, but that's alright. We'll let things run. We still got another $500,000 bonus coming in. So there's our small bonus from the wood. Now we can go ahead and run our wood to cork. Now, if I were not trying to plan ahead and really focus on a lot of throughput, I probably wouldn't be so grandiose in the way I'm setting this up. But because of what I know is coming, I need to be a little more aware and get things built the right way to support a long-term investment. So now we're going to do the same thing here with our wool and run it in. Now the wool, I could probably just run it over to this track and join in, but I've got other stuff that's going to be coming in too. So we're going to have milk over here. We'll have corn and wheat coming in. So I'm probably going to go ahead and just bring it over and run in a second line instead of just joining in. Does it have to go over here? Then does it? Oh, it does. Oh, that'll be alright. I can pull out the back and swing around. So we're just going to keep it cheap and use the first slot. Oh, I'll use a second slot, but same thing. I just need to make sure I give myself enough room for 8 lines. And it's not the end of the world if I have to. Dang it. I forgot to change it. Oh, here, we'll show you a trick. So if you mess up, you can delete the whole thing, or you can just put in a supply tower, and then you can delete to that. I needed to put this on the second. All right. Well, we're going to be close. I don't know if I have room for 8. I may have to move these back once we get big. Okay. So now we've got a couple options. I have got to get the wheat going into Waterford to get the beer going everywhere, but I've got this connection bonus that I want to get done. So what I will probably do, since I know I've got to do a lot of track work here to make this work, I may just run this over as a temporary track and connect in and let it run just to pick up that bonus. Because I don't have a ton of money. I can pick up another 392,000. I'll have this connection bonus. Yeah, I guess I better just go ahead and do it right to begin with. So we'll go ahead, get this guy built. And I'm starting on the third one, so I have room up here on the left for stuff to come in. Yep, jump that track. I don't go under it, I want to go over it. Come on. Well, it's eating up a ton of money. Well, I don't need a bridge the whole way. Come on now. But I've got to put a bridge or a tunnel 1 here. You know what? We're not going to do that. We are going to cheat it for a second. We're just going to do a real quick temporary connection here. Really? So what this is going to do is allow me to get Belfast connected in here and get that bonus. Yes. And then I'll have to pull this out and connect it the right way. I'm more worried about getting Waterford up and running than I am Belfast. Same thing with Sligo, I don't know how you say it. Don't really care about them yet, but Waterford I do care about. And I'm going to pull this forward a little bit because we've got to bring the wheat from over here. So I want to have room to bring it in.
Our efforts are having an effect. More Irish people in the cities will result in more potential passengers for our trains
It's really
and
loud.
more goods that can be transported.
Turn it down. Jeez. All right. All right, so that'll get us started again. So we'll now have Waterford coming in. That'll bring beer. They'll be going back and forth. Now I can also go ahead and run them over to Galway. Since we've got the connections already set up, we've got a path here, so we'll go ahead and do that. Again, we want to focus on goods first. All right, so let's let that run. And then as soon as we get these 2 bonuses, we'll get the wheat set up. And then we'll fix this track over here. All right, so we've got those. Let's get this built. Now we're going to be doing a couple things with this one. So we're going to be running track into the back of Waterford. But eventually we're going to skip Waterford and run wheat without going through the city. But for now, we're just interested in going into Waterford. Okay, so set this track. Well, put in my gridirons. Okay, we got that one. So now we'll set this up to Waterford. Now, I'll add track to go around it, but for the moment, we're just going to go ahead and set it up to run in. Now, you'll notice I can't go to the correct spot yet. So I haven't connected this into my main line. So let's go ahead and do that first. I don't know if I have enough money to. Because I've got to come all the way up to here and then come over. And I want to skip this. I want to bring it in directly to the main line. So we'll just try it and see how much we got. But I want to come up at least to here before I turn. Oh yeah, we're good. Alright, now we can go ahead and run our wheat directly to Dublin. I got to set my direction somewhere. Oh. Alright. And then as soon as we have money, we'll run wheat from the station here up to Galway. And then I'll build a turn here and we'll run wheat to Cork. I usually try to do the outside one first, but for whatever reason I keep forgetting. Alright, so that'll be enough to get us going.
Our efforts are being acknowledged favorably.
Alright. We're going to go ahead and put in a couple supply towers. We already got one here that I had to put in. Didn't have to leave it, but I did. So that'll get the bulk of the trains covered for the moment. But what I haven't done, and it's really, really important, is I haven't built in any of the service stations. So we need to put in a maintenance depot in all of our city stations. Otherwise, you run into trains breaking down, and nothing will kill your income more than trains crashing. Well, breaking down. So we're already good with our tasks. We've got our 6 goods. We've got 100,000 different citizens. We've got to be prepared to do the 9 loads of clothing. And that'll happen once we make 40,000 people here in Dublin. So we're not in a big rush with that. But I do want to start rushing on getting these maintenance depots built. Maintenance depots built. Now, let's see what we got here. Alright. Recruiting personnel, not interested. Reliability, absolutely. I take those. Maintenance time reduced, yes, we'll take that. Track construction, yeah, we'll take it. It'll help us get going early on. So we've still got to get Waterford and Cork and Belfast technically set up with maintenance depots. And we're still in the really slow phase. We're not making a lot of money yet, but we're set up for our success in the future right now. And down here, we'll be running a line below this, across, and in over here for Belfast people coming in. And then Sligo, Galloway will come down this line. Waterford and Cork will come down this line. So we'll be pretty good, I think. All right, let's go ahead and do Waterford. Now here you go, breakdown. These will kill you. Absolutely killers. And we're just going to have to eat it for now. We'll do Cork next. It's a ton of money that you're spending early on, but it pays for itself so much because you have one train breakdown right here. Nothing else can get in. So it's a real problem. We'll go ahead and do this guy next. And I'll upgrade both of these into, oh, go away, into the dispatch hall. But I'm not worried about that right now. When our numbers start increasing in terms of trains coming in, that's when we'll go ahead and do the dispatch hall. And again, I am certainly no expert in RE2. I'm sure people are looking at this that are really good and are like, what are you doing? But it works for me. I may not be number one in the world, but we're usually in the top, at least top 25% or so. All right, this one's almost ready. I'm going to roll the dice on Belfast and let it ride for a minute and start looking at rebuilding the track structure. Because I don't want this. We don't want to leave this as a permanent solution. We want to get it moved over to here. So we're going to just kind of pick up here, come across. And I don't want to use this track, but I want to kind of parallel with it. So we're going to move this a little closer. And boom. We'll run parallel to here. And then here we'll come out and we'll have to go either over or under. Probably do it a little shorter. Let's go up a little bit higher actually. Oh, it's not gonna let me. Alright. And it's red now because we're in the town limits, not because there's a problem there. That should work. I may have to adjust it, move it further back later on, but we'll see. Didn't mean to pause it. Everything looks good there. So as soon as we get 137 grand, we can build that and then spend another 300 or whatever it is to build the second line in. And again, this is not the approach I would use if I were just doing a real quick mission. But we know that we've got to be careful and plan ahead to support everything. What in the world? Oh, I moved down one. Oh, that's alright. This is a problem though. Oh. Well, it'll be ugly, but it'll work. As long as I can pull the gridiron all the way out to here, and that's parallel, that's all I'm worried about. A little bump here, it's not going to hurt a thing. I just made that turn a little too tight. But now we got to wait till we have $262,000, and we don't have any bonds that we can buy or pick up yet. So now we're just kind of stuck waiting. And this is at 5x speed, so we're spending a lot of time here. And again, we need to start thinking about saving up so we can purchase this factory when we get to 40,000, which is really close. So that factory is going to be like $450,000. I think what I'm probably going to do is not put in this new track just yet, and instead save my money to get the factory built, because without that factory I'm not going to be able to produce my clothing, and there's no chance that I'll be able to buy it for less than the initial build price, since we've got the wool right here going in. Even if I were to turn this train off, it's still going to be getting wool. So probably going to have to just wait a little bit. What I may do is go ahead and buy out one of these bonds so that we can get a bigger bond whenever the city makes 40,000, which will be here in just a second. All right, so now we can put in the new industry. So there's always a risk when you do this. So sometimes, if it's been too recently, you won't have enough money to where you can actually get a new one that's worth more. So let's see, 429. Oh, we're good. So we paid 429, we get 706. So that helps. Let's stop things for a second. All right, so we need to put in a fashion industry. We want to make sure we don't put it anywhere that's going to block our expansion. So we'll just dump it right here in the middle. And now we'll start making money off that. And we're back down to $176,000. So now we just have to wait again to build up so we can put in our tracks. So we need 262. Now something cool here, I can have this track laid out, but I can also go set up tracks somewhere else. So if I needed, I don't have anything to really work on, but if I had another line that I wanted to work on, I could go ahead and build the tracks and save up to 5 of them, and then when I'm ready, just jump to it, set it up. Obviously, this is going to be our next one. We'll finish up this track so we can get everything squared away with Belfast. We're going to let things run. So we're going to go ahead and set our directions here. Do our gridiron. Oof. We're going to get 8. Set up our tracks here. Now I'm going to change. Oh, go away. I'm going to change this route. So instead of it going into Dublin on the warehouse side, we're going to send it in over here. So we're just going to go to edit rail line, head in Dublin, take out Dublin 2. confirm that. Where do we have straight tracks at? Okay, we'll demolish these because we don't need that anymore. Alright. Oh, I didn't think about it, but I may have left that train somewhere where it can't get to where it needs to go. Well, he'll take a long trip. He'll go into here and he'll come back, go to Belfast, or not Belfast, but Galway, and then go back to Dublin. He'll be fine. I didn't think about that. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get this connection bonus. And that's the whole reason we set everything up the way we did. Now we can add stuff from anywhere and run it directly into our warehouse. I need to rename that too. Vegetables, we are going to give them the refrigerator car. Okay. Let's go ahead and rename this guy. Well, don't need caps. Alright, let's start looking at getting all of our supply towers in place. It's slowing things down. We'll put this one here. I still need to connect in Sligo, so we'll probably bring it to here and let it come in. So set it down low enough to cover them. We'll put one here. I don't like to put them down too close to the city.
It's a good start, but it's not enough if we want to make Ireland really great. We will need to connect all the other major cities on the island soon. In Dublin, they are singing the praises of our company. Ireland is currently experiencing an unparalleled upswing, but we must not rest on our laurels now. What we have created in this one region, we must now export to the rest of the island. We are progress, and we must not deprive the people of it.
Alright, so now we've got a few more. Transport 9,600 passengers, not worried about that. Connect six cities. All we gotta do is add in Sligo, not worried about it. And then 4 cities with at least 50,000 people. Again, not worried about any of these. As long as we do the right things to build out our infrastructure, those will largely take care of themselves. I do need to make sure I connect in Sligo, but the rest of it shouldn't be an issue. The 4 cities with 50,000, we already got 2 done. That'll be easy. 6 connected, easy. Transporting 9,600. As long as we have our connections running to the different cities, that'll largely take care of itself. And we do need to set up Waterford going to other places. So let me take a look at where we have them going right now. So we got Dublin and Galway. We need to add in Cork. We need to add in Belfast. So we'll go ahead, let's do Cork first. These guys should be trading meat, so we'll do the refrigerator. And then we'll do Belfast. No need to do the refrigerator on this since they're just going to be doing the beer and cloth. Oh, what do we not have? We're missing a crossover somewhere. Oh, I need to add in a crossover here to get over to Belfast. That's fine. So we need to start far enough back that we can build a bridge or a tunnel. $141,000 for that. At least the second one's cheap. Okay, set our directions here. Alright, so now all those connections are good. Everybody can connect to everybody. Let's make sure we have, let me take here, just total of 9,600. We've got a year and a half. I'm not even going to concern myself with that. My focus is going to be getting everything into Dublin. So now we need to do the bypass around Waterford for the wheat and start distributing that everywhere without going through the city. Where are you going? Oh. We'll just move him down here. Now, what I could do at this point is focus on adding additional farms and stuff in, but I want to go ahead and get Waterford cleared out while I'm thinking about it, because this is going to have to be, you know what? Let's not do it yet. It's going to have to happen because Waterford's going to have too much traffic, but for now it's fine. Let's go ahead and get the meat to Cork, because I forgot to do that. So they're not going to be delivering very much meat right now. And we're just going to bring it right out the back here. I don't know why I had to go so far, but whatever. Oh, I missed a bridge. Wasted expense. Alright. Now they can get some actual meat in. That'll help. And we can do the same thing here. Oh, Belfast fit in the cloth. Forgot. We get so much cloth, but that's fine. Dublin needs cloth. Let's what do I want to do next? We need to make sure that everybody grows. He needs corn and he needs sugar. Already ready for milk and apples and all that. Let me pause things. Let's take a look at our research here. I'm not worried about tunnel construction. That would be handy, but I'm not worried about building new stuff. That actually right now might be worthwhile. That's always worthwhile. Don't really want to put in new trains, and right now I've got the bonus coming for having express routes. Still got a bunch. Take that. That'll help early. So we need to do this to improve our trains. But if I do this, I'm going to lose my bonus for having the express routes, and I don't have enough spare capital to replace all the trains yet. So we're just going to let that ride for now and focus on adding in stations that are going to be helpful. So first off, we're going to go ahead and do this guy to Cork. And everything that I'm building with the mindset of I need to get everything going to Dublin. Everybody else that gets it's a bonus. They'll need it, of course, but Dublin is my primary goal. And that's going to go to the warehouse. Why on earth is it going that route? Oh, I thought it was going through the train station. Okay, we're good. It would be handy just to put a little short jump here, but then you start getting all the buildup of traffic. So we're going to let it go. Oh, I guess I better pick a train. Let it go as is. Then we're going to go ahead and run a third one to Waterford. They're probably not going to get everything, but that's all right. All right, let's get the wool wrapped around and running over to Belfast, and then we'll add in corn and wheat, and then we can run corn and wheat to Belfast and Dublin from this side as well. So this one, if I connect it here within city limits, I'm okay. But if I come over here, I'm not. So I'm going to bring it into city limits. We're going to shrink that down. Let time run so we can build it. So we're going to go straight into the warehouse. I'm going to add a crossover on here, but for the moment it's going to be fine. Alright, so I want to use this track that we've got running here instead of through the back of this. It'll just be faster. So I'm going to add some crossovers here. And all we're going to do is jump from one to the other. Now that'll allow, if we're to build a new run from here to here, it'll allow it to run down through here, share the track, jump over, and get to the station. I should have built these on the second one, but that's alright. Alright, and we still need to put in the maintenance here. So as soon as we hit 79, we'll put it in. Okay. So we've got corn coming here and here. We've got wheat going everywhere. We've got corn going to these three. Once Sligo's in, we can run corn to it from over here. Let's go ahead and add Sligo in. Because we need to get some of this stuff coming over anyway. I don't want to be too close because I know I'm going to need to add in additional lanes. That should be fine to come in here.
And with this, our company is represented all over the island. A great success.
What's the problem here? Oh. We'll fix that. What did I hit? I just tried to pause it. Now we'll put him back. Put him there, so that's covered. Okay, now we need to loop in to Galway. All right. Now we've got to set up a bunch of rail lines. There we go. So we're going to run Sligo in to Dublin. We need to make sure we add the cattle into Sligo soon, though. We don't need a special car. So corn and wheat are going to come from over here. We need to add wood. We need to add wood over to Belfast too. So let's go ahead and do that. Wood's going to be a big component because we're going to have a bunch of industries. We'll just move that. We're going to have a bunch of industries that are going to need wood. So I want to make sure that I can move a lot of wood out of this train station. Why is it not connecting both of those? Does it matter? No. Normally, I don't know why it's not picking up. I have a gap somewhere. Normally, I would make sure those were all four tied together, but everything I'm doing is going to be direct routing. So it's not a problem. All right, let's get some cattle coming into Sligo. We're going to come in further down. I need to change it to the other one. We're going to come in further down so that we can open up multiple tracks here. Change this to here. Let it run for a minute. Now this one, it does matter because I may be doing some pass-through stuff. If I don't pass through, I'll have a bypass. Alright, so let's let things run for a minute. I need to set up cattle coming in. Alright, let's go ahead and put... Oh, actually, let's put in our maintenance first. Let's put in the rest of our supply towers so things aren't going to slow. I'll put him here. Put him... Oh, let's just have money there. We can put this guy here. I could put him here, but again, we'll be blocking things up right at the mouth, and I'd prefer not to do that. So it may cost me a little more, but we'll put another one down here. So when these connect, they can use it. Oh, we need to put in one somewhere here. That's fine. Alright, so just kind of a quick check. We've got maintenance depots in all of our cities, I think. Belfast, Cork, Dublin, Galway, Sligo, the warehouse, and Waterford. Yep, so that's all of them. Now when we get really high end and we're just flushed with tons of extra cash, I may add in warehouse, or excuse me, maintenance stations to some of the other places too. I like to add it in, like say when we put in the milk here, I'll put one here because it's a long run, but on the short ones, just having it in the city will be enough. But we need to now start looking at additional materials going into Dublin and other cities. So let's go ahead and do the sugar and milk. So here's where we can start either choosing to pass through Sligo, or we can choose to put in a bypass and go around it. I think for now, I'm just going to go through. I may end up adding a bypass or maybe cut straight across at some point. Ooh, actually, I could run it right through here. That would take traffic off of this. That's probably exactly what I'll do. So if we run a jumper from Gallagher Terminal to O'Reilly, then they can run right through that. I don't really want to go through O'Reilly though, because that's going to get busy because I have so many industries that are going to need wood. For now, we're going to leave it as is. We can build out whatever later on. And we're just going to let it pass through. So we'll go from Mackenzie to here. See all that, we could sit through here and take all that off. And maybe if I have room, I might do that with a bypass or something. Come around this side and join in here. But not for the moment. Oh, what in the world? Stop. better put a train on it. Let's do the milk. Make sure nobody. Oh, dang it! They've already done one, so they're doing liquor. That's all right. We can connect our apples here. Sugar's pretty close, so that's not a bad place for liquor to be. It's actually probably the best place for liquor to be, really. Let's go ahead and get them some sugar coming. Yeah, we're going to get new milk. I think we'll have to go around. Oh, go away. I'm going to go ahead and bid on that. I'll get it at basically half price. I know we need a bunch of those. So I'm not going to go this way. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to just tear that out. Reposition it more like this. And then I can come out, come around. Now in Railway Empire 1, how close you had the train station to the farm mattered. I'm not sure that it actually matters in 2. I haven't seen anything about it, but it would load faster. Oh, crap. Alright, that's okay. I put it in the wrong slot. No, let's not do. We'll do our little easy removal. That needed to go here. And then we can loop back around. Much cheaper. Have to put in a tunnel. Now, since we're doing a pass-through, my instinct is now to take from... Oh, I'm coming to the warehouse anyway. My instinct was to look at stopping here on the way back, but I know I'm probably going to bypass it, so I wouldn't want to do that anyway. Alright, so now we get a connection bonus for putting this guy in, so we definitely want to do it next. And instead of running it directly in, I'm just going to shoot it over here and let it come around. I may regret it if we get too much stuff coming down this line, but we can always add in bypasses or whatever if we need to. I know I'm going to have to open this up more, so I want to keep that pretty clean. So we've still got 12,000 before we get a new industry here. Now the question is, what do I want to put in? So I need to put in something that's useful. So I think I'm going to put in the lumber yard here. Since all the cities are running here, I know that I can get lumber everywhere. And we've got lumber right here. So In fact, I need to look at find this before it gets too big.
Our rail network has a truly insane transport volume. Can you imagine what all this would look like if everything had to be shipped by road? It's unimaginable.
So, not even doing anything, we completed this a year early, basically. And now we're just waiting for the cities to grow. And until we get all of our, why are you missing operating supplies? What am I doing? Do we not have one over here anywhere? Alright, we'll put one here. And put one here. Until we get all of our industries connected, I'm not worried about trying to increase the size of these cities a ton. I know I got to get them up to 90. I can dump a library in all of them, and they'll hit 90 with no problems. Even without adding in the library, most of them would make it anyway. So, not anything we're worried about right now. As long as we do the right things and make sure the cities are getting their basic needs, they'll grow fine. I'll start checking them here in a little bit just to make sure we're not missing something obvious somewhere. Oh, I forgot to put the refrigerator on that. Whoa, no, not Little John. Now we need to get the apples coming over. I'll be running a lot of apples, so I'm going to run a separate line in. And that's just for that right there, so they can come in, get on whatever track they need, and cut across. For the moment, we're just going to send them nowhere because we didn't put in the gridiron. We're just going to send them to Galway and to Dublin. Now we'll add in the wheat here and a loop across so that we can send stuff across the sides here. And we don't even need to worry about corn coming back this way because we've got corn up here. So we can just leave that alone. But we do need to bring the wheat over. We don't need a big old bridge. See, these two I should have done in the middle, and they could have brought in a separate line easily. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. Well, I have to move this. Perfect. Alright, now we can run wheat to Belfast after we add in another gridiron, because we keep forgetting to add them. Alright, wheat to Belfast. Where do I have a straight? Let's take a look. Oh my gosh. Alright. Then we run wheat to Sligo. Now on this one, I am going to add in sugar. So we'll have it go wheat, sugar, Sligo. That way, if there's not enough wheat, maybe it'll pick up sugar. It's going through it anyway. We're not bypassing it, so we'll let that happen. And I'm also going to run wheat down to the warehouse. Alright, so that's now got everything connected, I think, except for salt. So let's go ahead and connect our salt. And we'll just run it through Owen's Rests. Yeah, we'll run it through Owen Rest. Actually, let me make sure that doubles. Yeah, it's not ready yet. Didn't want to miss out on putting in my lumber yard. Alright, let's run him into the warehouse. Alright, so that's now every single city, or excuse me, every single farm, whatever you want to call it, connected, every single city connected, and now we need to start taking a look at what we need to do for these cities. Like this guy, he's a little low. Belfast is already ready for a new industry. Sligo's not. He's kind of new too, though. But he's only got 62%. We know he'll be picking up the wheat and corn here shortly if he hasn't already got corn. What's he missing? Oh, he's got wheat. He's missing beer and sugar. I didn't set sugar. No, I did not. Alright, we'll set one up. Alright. So I'll need to go through these and make sure that everything is, set up so they can succeed, because a lot of these are going to need a little more. There may be something simple like we need to increase meat. They need milk and vegetables and all that, of course. But I'm not trying to grow over 100,000. I only want these guys to get to about 100,000 and stop there. The reason being is if you take it to 250 or whatever, they're eating more and more resources. And my goal in the long run is to just get them to 90,000 and to have Dublin with every resource available at the same time. So I've got to kind of be smart about it and make sure that I'm sending the right stuff to the right places to get them up to their 90,000 and dumping everything I can into Dublin to get the 18 resources. Because like right now, we don't even have that as a goal in the long run. But that is what the goal is going to be. And Dublin's doing good. I mean, we've got everything coming in fine. They need more beer. And they're going to start needing more of these specialties. So I'm going to put in lumber, so that'll take care of that. We've got liquor that'll start coming from Galway here. Cheese, probably, I'd like to do it in Sligo, but I'll probably go ahead and do cheese in Belfast if I have the opportunity, so that I can have cheese kind of close to the milk. I may not have time. Actually, you know what? Yep, we have time. We'll do cheese now. And I'm going to go ahead and buy this. And we can start increasing our production, because we're going to need a lot of milk to supply Dublin with enough milk or enough cheese. Oh, come on. All right, now we'll set up. Oops. Let that run for a second. Let's do 3 trains of milk. We'll do 2. Well, I guess I should add in the run. Alright, let's go ahead and do 3. Why would you not be able to do any... What's going on? Morgan Station is milk. Oh, I got on there twice. Okay. Alright. 3 trains, refrigerated, going from Morgan to Belfast. Alright. And, oh, Lord, we're already ready here. I need to do a sawmill, which is 435,000, so hopefully we make enough money quickly enough. I'd like to control what Waterford does too, but I'm more interested in Dublin. This one really needs to be wood. Come on. Build it. There we go. Alright. Alright, so now we're good. If we have the opportunity, we'll... I don't know what we'll put in over here. What we got? Furniture. We'll put furniture in here if we get the opportunity. But we're going to stop here for now. We're, I don't know, like an hour and a half in or something. I've got to stop. I've got some stuff I got to take care of, so we're going to take a break here. I'm not sure if I'm going to break this up into like 2 different videos, or if I just do one and make it a really long one. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. I'm going to assume that I'll probably do 2, because we've still got a little bit of time to go. Either way, we'll pick back up here and finish it up shortly. If we do 2 different ones, then we'll go ahead and say goodnight. All right, so you guys have a good night. God bless, and happy railroading.